we go!
Every singer needs a song. Every bell cries out to be rung. Every dog wanna wag its tail. Life ain't nothing but a pilgrim trail. Every message needs a dove, and everything grows with a drop of love. We're all hanging on tooth and nail. It's a rocky road, this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. For a sail, like every campfire needs a tale. We're on this freight train going down the rail. Together on this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Where everything is up for sale. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. No return, baby, on the summer night. The shot of love and the spark of laughter breathe. Stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on. I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part. They are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe. You know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe. So take your seat. This train. Let's ride this train now.
All right, let's ride this train tonight. How you doing, everybody? I see we got quite a few people here. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. It is July 13th already, and I missed last week. I wasn't feeling too good, and Debbie wasn't feeling too good, so I decided, well, I wasn't going to do anything. So I'm here today. Debbie's still not feeling very well, but I'm here tonight, and I'll be here until this is over with. I don't know how long it's going to be. Oh my goodness, I seen somebody that I haven't seen here in a long time. Wait a minute. Let me put that in the queue so I can say hello to you a little bit. But we got a lot of people here. I see Kyle Stevens, Schoolkill, River Valley John, SSW Train Freak, Jason, Nathan DeLay, how you doing? Joe Raider, Steeler fan. Oh my goodness. Frank, how you doing? All right, who else we got? Let me scroll back on this way. Sean McGee. Why are you naked, Rob? Dave, BNSF. Okay, Scott Eric Catalano. NESR, how you doing? I see. I don't know if you ever been on the live stream, but you're on the in my comments all the time. Okay, glad you can make it. Okay, who else? Did I see anybody else in? Eugene Van Dyke, how you doing? I haven't seen you here before. Welcome aboard. Okay, Sparky's in the house. Okay, who else did I see here? I think that was everybody. Unless I go up to the top again and see somebody else here. I seen Rick Bailey 30 minutes beforehand said I'll be there. I don't know if he just popped in then, but if you're here, hello. Okay, New Ferris Railroad, William, how you doing? And Dex's Lab. Okay, so let me see if I could bring up a few people here that I haven't seen before. Okay, Dex's Lab right here. He's got eyeballs right there. Okay, and John Grasser. The name looks familiar, but I haven't seen you here for a while. Whatever works. Okay, hello all. I haven't seen you here before. Okay, and NESR, my buddy. He's in the comments all the time, and I think we talked on the email a couple of times, but this is the first time I've seen you in the live stream. So welcome aboard. And Sparky is lurking in the corner. I don't know what that means, but he's in the corner somewhere. Okay, and then Sean McGee said he finally received his Raspberry Pi. All right, you're going to get working on that pretty soon. Good deal. Okay, so let me clear that out of the way. Okay, get that out of the way right there. Dex's Lab, but, he said but. Okay, it's fine, I got it, but, okay. What was the question? He looks angry, okay. Fixed my stream. Okay, fixed your stream. Okay. And Dwight, I seen you over in James's stream a little while ago. So, hello again. Okay, so we got some new members in here since the last time I was on, and that is Rodney Witt. So, let me see, where's my new member thing, huh? Okay. All right, that's one of them, but there was another one too, and that is John the Train Man. All right, thank you very much for becoming a member. And trust me, if they make a huge bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, I'd buy them too. I don't know. You could have those Cool Ranch Doritos. I'll stick with my originals right here. Okay, so I seen this from Dex earlier. So I was asking how many people have used the base station installer right here. I have. Anybody else used that? I think I put a a thing up there 2 or 3 weeks ago, and about the base station installer. It's a real easy program. I mean, all you do is install it on your computer and hook up your Arduino to it, and boom. Yeah, that's all you have to do. No messing around with the sketch or Arduino or anything else. Hey, Dave's Trains, how you doing? And James Galton and Barry Olson, good to see you here. Okay. All right. Humanity, how you doing, Heath? Okay. Who else we got here? Okay, that's it. I think I got everybody. Okay. I think that's it. Okay, so that is the new people here. But how many procrastinators are out there that owe taxes and haven't done their taxes? They're waiting until Wednesday, July 15th, like I am. When I have to pay, I wait till the very last day. When I lived in Maryland, I would take it up. They had the post office was open, and they had somebody outside up until midnight, and I would go up there like about 11:45 and drop off my taxes. They'd have their little basket right there, and I'd drop it off right before midnight, so it would be postmarked on April 15th. But since we got a 3-month extension because of the virus thing, the COVID-19, it's July 15th now. So taxes, I don't pay. I get refunds, and I have got my refund yet. I haven't got a refund since I worked. And you might call this work. I get paid for it, but I got to pay taxes on that all the time. Even though I'm retired and have house payment and all that deductions and everything like that, I don't get anything back because I don't pay into taxes on Social Security. So, okay. Heath is a procrastinator too. Okay. But my taxes have been done since February. I got it all written out on a piece of paper, how much I made and how much my expenses are. And if I really put all my expenses in there, well, I would have a loss. But since I've been in business for about, claiming it for about 3 years now, as far as Google, YouTube goes, it's not very good to take a loss after 3 years. Yeah, retired on Social Security, so I don't even file. Yeah, my first few years on Social Security, I didn't have to file at all. I went through the whole trouble with TurboTax, and they didn't tell me until the very end that you don't have to file. So I spent about 45 minutes filling out all that stuff on TurboTax like I do every year online. And at the very end of it, they said, oh, you don't have to file. Okay, as soon as you get your T4s, they get done. I did that when I get refunds, but I don't get refunds anymore. Okay, Rob says, I'm a procrastinator. Visit in this Texas, things you all speak of. Left my ass off. Okay, all right. Okay. Somebody else picked up their Raspberry Pi 4. Charles Greason. Okay. And Nathan DeLay's got a question here. Okay, so Tom, has there been a coincidence where someone has met you at the grocery store and say hi, and they know your YouTube channel and something similar to that? I'm curious. Yeah, about 2 years ago, I was in the emergency room sitting in a wheelchair waiting to get admitted into the emergency room, and some guy walked in and he said, hey, you're Tom. I know you. I watch your videos. And I didn't think anybody from Naples watched my videos, but yeah, somebody did that. And I was in Lowe's one time and somebody came up to me and said, hey, I watch your videos. And then I can't remember where I was, but there was this little kid that said, hey, I know you. But yeah, that's about 3 people. I'm famous. But other than that, even, just in the meet and greets. But anyway, yeah, if that answers your question, yeah, only 3 people have recognized me from my YouTube channel. Heath says, I want to grow up to be like Tom and get recognized. I mean, it took a while to get recognized. Where is it at? Here it is. I'll put that thing up here. I want to grow up and be like Tom and get recognized. Okay, yeah. I wish I would get more recognized. I mean, if I'm... Okay, at train shows, now, let me take that back. At train shows like up in Tampa and up at... where's the other one that I went to? D-Land. People came up to me and said, hey, I watch your videos. How you doing? Da-da-da-da-da. You know, and took a couple of pictures up at D-Land and Tampa. So there's about 3 there and 3 at the other place. And I met a guy, well, I don't know if this counts, but when I went to Atlanta, the train show up there, I met the guy up there. But he told me before, you know, what to look for, what kind of shirt and hat he was going to wear, and told me, I'll meet you up there. Yeah, okay. Roger. Okay, how you doing, Roger Burkhart here in Minnesota? Watch your shows. I hope MN is Minnesota. I always get confused with it. Last time I was on here, I said I get confused with them 2-letter things. Okay. Scott says, there's not much to do in there. Moose hunting, maybe. If you came up to me and punched me in the face, I probably still would not remember where I know you from. I might remember that. Okay, Sean McGee has a question here. Tom's Trains and Things. I want to use the same track as a programming and test track. Would I use a DP-DT switch when using the Arduino and motor shield? Yes, you could use it on there. You put the tracks in the center, 2 leads, and put your programming leads on one end of the DP-DT and then your main line on the other end. And then you could switch back and forth so you don't have to bother with jumping, you know, putting your locomotive on 2 different sets of tracks. That's a good idea there. I wish I thought of that. I hear, and I've been going back and forth, but it's too, you know, it's a lot of trouble, you know, because I just set it up right here over on my workbench. It would be a lot of trouble just to put a thing on there because I take it off and put it back on. You know, I use my workbench for different things. And let me see, like right here, I have what I'm going to show you tonight, but I'll show that to you later. Okay. Dex's Lab. Okay, now I remember. Okay. We are working on software solution for DCCEX. All right, that's where I seen that name before, Dex's Lab. Okay. There's one of the gentlemen that is working on the DCCEX. Okay, from Singapore. All right. Chandra, let me see if I can get this right here. Let me get up here on the screen where it's real big. Chandra Bharathi. Is that right? Did I say it right? I hope so. If I messed it up, I apologize. I'm not good with names. But welcome aboard from Shanghai. Chandra. Okay. Or Singapore. I'm sorry. Shanghai. Singapore. Okay, there you go. Okay, now I got it right. Wait a minute. I got an excuse for that. My train of thought has left the station. Okay. Yeah, MN is Minnesota. Okay, got that right. All right. PDRR. How you doing, Art? Glad you could make it. All right. Who else we got here? Okay. Rashad. Dezay. How you doing? Glad you could make it. Okay, so that is everybody. I got my fingers crossed for Monroeville in 2 weeks. I'm going to talk about that here in a few minutes. Where is that on my list? I got to do some thank you, some Floridas, and then train show stuff. Okay. Okay, yeah, now that train derailed a long time ago. Yeah. They refused to let my train out of the yard. There you go. That's my excuse. My station has left the station. Okay, that's a good one there. Okay, I see one coming up. Could Abel answer for JMRI? Ask the question and we'll see if I can answer it. Tom, any rants tonight? Well, no rants tonight, but I can if you want it. I can do that a little bit later. Just remind me to do a rant about my HOA because we had to get rid of everything. Let me see, the 11th, that was Saturday, so everything had to go by Saturday. So yeah, remind me later to do a rant. No trains to leave a station. Well, I hope you get your model railroad back up and going again. DigiKeys. I don't know about that DigiKey stuff. You know, how about the Washington Redskins getting rid of the logo and symbol? Maybe they should call themselves the Landover, or no, where are they now? They're in Chevrolet or Landover? Landover Redskins. There you go. That solves it all. In Washington. Where is Chasco? Yeah, what about Chasco? Where is he? I haven't seen him in here tonight. But anyway, what I wanted to do is give the thank yous for everybody. So hold your ears. Show your support and become a member by smashing that join button. But wait, there's more. Okay, thank you very much for being a patron and being a member of the Train Crew Superintendents and the lonely guy Craig Rexon as executive producer. So, and the super chats. Don't forget that super chat in there. The last one was short, so I only had one super chat. So what's up with that? Okay, so I got some things in here. Okay. I saw some questions or comments in here. All right, so let me put them all in the queue. All right, so let me view the queue. Okay. Okay, so he said, Tom, you would really like the DR5000 from DigiKeys. And if I knew what that was, I'd probably agree with you. But I got so much stuff over here to work with right now. You wouldn't believe it. Okay. And Frank says, Washington snowflakes. There you go. Okay, Choo Choo Charlie came in. He said, hello, everyone. Okay, Scott said, it's cool. You can use any manufacturer's controller with the system. No longer have to use one command station for this and that. That sounds pretty cool. I'm going to have to look into that. I know I said I was going to look into it, and I looked at the page and went through some of the stuff there, and I said, my goodness, do I have to buy something else? Oh, okay. Now, that would be cool if DCC-EX could do that too. I've been working on something similar since using DCC++ several years ago. Now, Dex, are you listening? Right there. Scott has an idea right there. So, DCC-EX could do that too. And that is use any manufacturer's controller with the system. Okay. Now, Rajesh Desai, I guess that's how I say it. Decoder is read light turn on, off, but doesn't move back and forth. Okay, so the lights come on and off, but it doesn't move back and forth. Okay. Are you getting any kind of error message like a 308 error in your JMRI? You might want to clean your tracks, clean your wheels, clean your contacts that, come up against the wheels. Try that. There's a lot of different things you could try, or maybe just the decoder could be bad. There's a lot of possibilities. Does anybody else have an answer for Rajesh? Okay. So, anybody else say anything in there about that? Hey, SC Railroad Videography, how you doing? Let me see if I could find you on there. Over here. Okay. All right. Hey, TTNT, how you doing? SC Railroad Videography. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Okay, so. Okay, everybody's talking about foam and how to glue foam together. And what is it? Yeah, you got that right. I can't post a DCC-EXD Discord server. If you send me an email, I'll post it up here. Okay. So, I see. Rick has, oops. I hit the wrong one. It moved. Where is it? Okay. Hi, Rick. Welcome aboard. Glad you can make it. I guess you had to take a nap there whenever you can get one, huh? Module cam. Okay. We got to get that module cam out here. Let me get the light on down there. Is it daylight? Let me see. Oh, it's dark outside, so let's put that on. Okay, now you can see that I got my Walters track code 83. It took a while to get some track in, but I finally got it. And I had to order some extra track from, where did I order it? Train World. I hope that comes in pretty soon. But maybe I could get started on there now that I have enough track to at least get, that's 15 foot right there. And I got about 4 more pieces, so another 3, 6, 9, 12, do the math, 27 feet. I got almost 30 feet, so I'll wait till I get the rest of the stuff in, and then I'll start laying some track down there on the module. Hey, Iron Horse, Root D and RGW, how you doing? Okay, email sent. Let me check my email here. Okay, email. Where's my email? Okay, boom, boom, boom. All right, that one there. I got too many emails here. Okay. Discord server. Okay, boom, boom. Okay. Control C. Okay, let me get it over here. Okay, so I'll put DCC EX Okay, there you go. There's the DCCEX Discord server. Username, I'll have to figure out what my username is for Discord, because I'm member a couple other places. Thank you, Anthony, for sending me that. And there you go. Okay, so William, did you ditch the old layout? Okay. I'll put that up here right now. Okay, so DCCEX, check it out. I don't know if anybody else raised their hand in there to see if anybody else used it. I know a couple of people on the video said that they were going to use it. Okay, all right, so here we go. Okay, SC Railroad had a question, I guess, that I missed. And Heath answered it. Okay, there you go. Okay, for any general info and see what is happening with the projects. Okay, good to know. They closed it because of the virus. They couldn't wear masks. Oh, yeah, it's a nudist colony. They can't wear anything, can they? They got one here about 60 miles north of here in Venice, Florida. It's it's a nudist beach. Okay, gotta eat. Okay, SC, where are we at? Buy all SC Railroad videography. Okay, take care. Hope to see you again. Okay, who else we got here? All right. Good tip for web passes I use is for Google. Google a number you won't forget. There you go. There you go. Can't they wear a mask over the bits and pieces? Then they wouldn't be naked. Okay. Then they wouldn't be naked. There you go. All right. William says, yeah, but really slow on this one, having to find non-fumes glue had off gases issue. Okay. So I understand that. I used liquid nails and it didn't smell anything. Maybe it was just me. Okay, so what did we have on the agenda next? Okay, thank you. Okay, I did all that stuff right here. Any more questions here? Yeah, about School Career. I'm the only naked we run around here. Why are you naked? That's what he says. Okay. John said, agreed. Okay. I can still hear you. She's mad. Uh-oh. Can you just not use foam? Yeah, use plaster of Paris. All right. We got a super chat. Look at this. All right. From Steeler Fan. Let me do this right here. Steeler Fan wants a rant. Okay. Let me put that back up there. He says rant. Okay. So. I just saw this right here. No phones on table. Okay. I don't understand what that one was, but I'll bought my rent. My HOA. Let me see. It was 15 days ago, 15, 16, 17 days ago. I got my second violation letter because I had to remove all the decorative items and my pavers. The 5 pavers that I had going between my porch and my air conditioning unit, so I don't track in all that mulch and stuff and dirt when I go out to the air conditioner or go out to where the watering hose is, you know, where the little bib is that comes out. So we had to get rid of all that, but I plan on doing a video. I got my little puppy over there that has, on one side it says welcome, and I turned it over to the other side. It says go away once they sent me the first violation. But I'm going to take some twine and put it on there and yank on it like it's a statue, and then just pull until it falls over. So that'll be on my What Is Tom Doing video or channel. So we'll have that on that channel right there. But that is my rant. It's a sick rant, but I hate it. Now, all these people that had to clear out all their plants and everything else, a lot of them had to pull their stuff up, and a lot of them, I mean, there's one woman that has, it must be like 30 foot tall, these real skinny evergreen things that go up. I can't remember what they're called, but she's having a hard time finding somebody that wants them. She asked them if she could have an extension on that. I guess they granted it because they're still up there, and we'll see how long they take, but she said she found somebody. She said that on the Facebook group. Okay, so what's this one say here? When I created my YouTube account many moons ago, I asked for a username. I thought it said useless name. And why are you naked sounded pretty useless to me. So there you have it. Okay, that's a good reason to have a useless name on there. That's just like Sparky. That name is already taken, so take Sparky 107. So I don't want 107. I'll just add another 107 to it. Okay, so. Hey, there you go. Set up an Arduino to pull on the string for you. That is a good idea. I didn't even think about that. I'll have to put it on a little motor and it'll crank a little bit, but I'll have to make it go this way and that way so it looks like you're yanking on it like this. So I might have it going both ways. So, you know, when they were doing the statues, they were going this way and that way and this way and that way to loosen it up from the anchors. So, and then we'll pull it. And then we'll, but I don't think, it's not tall enough for it to break apart, but I don't want to break it apart because we're going to put it out on the lanai. Okay. Okay. That is why I'm glad I live in the country, no HOA to deal with. You know, I've always had HOAs in, let me see, the two properties I lived in Maryland. We had HOAs there. When I lived in Pennsylvania, I don't think we had HOAs in the two places I lived there. But the first HOA, I lived in Cape St. Clair in Maryland, and our HOA dues was $10 a year. And we had a clubhouse. We had 3 boat docks. We had 3 swimming beaches. $10 a year. And the other one that I lived in was $60 a year. And come down here, it's 700 and some a quarter. And they mow the grass. That's it. And we have a swimming pool that we hardly ever use. But, okay, that's the end of the rant. Okay. Rant over. Okay, so there we go. That's my rant for today. So, what's next? Let's see if we got any more. Okay, might have been that one I used. This is why I'm glad I live in the county. I'm not leaving y'all, by the way. Oh, SC Railroad says he's not leaving. Okay, Homeowners Association. Sparky said, I never had fumes with liquid nails. I haven't had fumes with it either. Sean McGee is, what is an HOA? And then somebody up there answered that as okay, so the fumes started a breathing issue. Okay. So, HOA is people who hate trains or anything they don't have, and you do. There you go. I mean, don't get me started on this again. Oops. I missed it. Somebody put in a thing there. All right. I do not ever want to move somewhere with a HOA. Too many nightmare stories. Well, this is the worst one I've had, and when we move out of here, we're moving out in the country. Well, as far out in the country as Debbie will allow, because she don't want to move too far out in the country. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Okay, let me see. Rick Bailey! Let me see if that pops up here. $2 from Rick Bailey. Why do you prefer Walter's track over the rest? Okay, I'll answer that in a second, but... Okay, it's not that I like Walter's Flex Track over the others. It's just that I went down to the hobby shop and ordered some about 2 months ago. And I ordered Atlas because they don't have Pico. And so after about a month, I went down there and asked them why they don't have it. And they looked it up and they said, well, Atlas is completely out and they don't know when they're going to get it. So I says, well, see what you can get. So I ordered some Walthers because that's the only kind that they could get there. So to promote my local hobby shop, I bought the 5-pack of Walthers. But that's the only Walthers track that I have. Now I have some turnouts, older ones that are the Shinohara brand that I got because Pico didn't make the curved ones that Shinohara did at the time. But I normally have Atlas or Pico on here. That's the only Walthers that I have. Does that answer the question there? John 2618, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Good to see you. Okay. I live in the country here in PA, surrounded by farm, trees, and cows. I can go out in nothing and put my trash out, and no one will say anything unless cows start talking. Well, when they start talking, you better watch out. Okay. I know where you're talking about. Okay. Not sure what you're talking about. Mainly see those two talked about, so I learned that way due to my lack of knowledge on the systems available. Okay. Okay. Now, that was Eugene. Okay, talking about NCE. Oops, wrong one. It moved on me. Okay. There we go. NCE consist is very easy. I'm sure Digitrack is easy too. Yeah, Digitrack isn't too hard. I don't do any consists, so I wouldn't know. I just read the instructions on it. Maybe one day I'll do that. Grandpa Rails, how you doing? Good to see you here. Where'd you pop in here? Okay. All right, you got hi, Sparky. Okay. How you doing, John? Will Segre. Oh, I missed it again. Somebody popped in there and did one. And okay, here we go. Will Sagraves, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Thanks for stopping by. Goozy Alpha. Oh boy, I haven't seen you in a while. Notice any difference between the 3 brand of tracks so far? Not really, just in the web and the base of it. I use Code 83 on all of them, and the only difference is in like the base and the web. They're different sizes, but they're still the same height. And if you have an Atlas rail joiner, that'll fit on all of them. If you have a Pico rail joiner, those are smaller. And if you have micro engineering, I got micro engineering bridge track, and they are so small that you really got to open those up to even get them on a Pico. I wouldn't even try it on an Atlas or Walthers. Okay, where's that one that I seen in here? All right. My favorite is DigiKeys DR5000. And Tom Strange and Things is a big fan of DCC++. You bet. Because it's easy. And it has to do with Arduino. I wish I had an echo thing so I could use that here. Okay, it's 1:40. Oh my goodness, it's 1:40 a.m. in the UK. Oh, thank you, Mac. I really appreciate it. All right, I'll see you the next time. That's the easiest way to do it. I use the easiest concept. 2 identical locos, same address. There you go. So, yeah. We went back to the regular schedule, so I'm back to being late. Okay, there you go, Grandpa. All right, you know, and what I forgot again, I got these earbuds on so I could listen to the music and have it in the background and make sure it's not too loud. So there you go. It's real nice and soft in the background, so when I'm not saying anything, you may be able to hear it. Okay. What did Dwight say? Hey, there is Chasco. Yeah, Chasco, I thanked all my supporters already, and I did the module cam already too. You are late. Sparky was asking about you about 15-20 minutes ago. Okay. All right. This is a good idea. I can make a train car that is made to hold a GoPro on my 3D printer. Now, why would you want to put a GoPro on your 3D printer? I know what you mean on there. You made it on your 3D printer so your car could hold the GoPro. Okay. Gotcha. All right. That's a good idea. I got a Osmo over here. It's about the same size as a GoPro, just about. The only thing is, I could see on the front also. And I think the only difference is in this than the GoPro Hero 8 is the field of view is just a little bit smaller than on the GoPro Hero 8. I just seen some reviews on that GoPro Hero 8 this past week. So, yeah. Well, I got that, and I could put that on my. I could watch it on my cell phone through the app. Oops. And I haven't tried to see if I could put it on a video yet like that, but I'm going to have to play around with that. So, Sparky, is that how you do it? Is it can you connect to it, or does it have Wi-Fi on the GoPro where you can go right to your computer? Because this has to go through an app through my cell phone, but I guess I could still do it go through it that way. Okay. Goozy Alpha says, yep, been a while, but then it's telescope and glamping, Lux Camp, or sleeping in a van on a bed. Okay. I got to put a bed in my van so we could sleep in that thing. I used to do that all the time. Okay. Where is Michael McCarville? How you doing? I haven't seen you here for a while. All right. Glad you can make it by again. Okay. All right. So, where are we here? Hoy, hi, M. Hello, Grandpa. Hello, Rob. My live stream on Sundays are from my GoPro 8 Black. I think it's a good picture. Yeah, it's a good picture, but does it go straight to the computer, or do you have to go through the app on your cell phone on that one? Yeah, John says it's a great picture. Yeah, they do put great pictures out. This Osmo, it's got 4K and it's got 2.7K on it also. So, wish I could post pictures here. Well, you could send me an email and maybe I could post some pictures. Okay. Okay, so it goes straight to YouTube. Okay, I'll have to see if mine can do it that way. So, I don't know. I use it outside, but I don't use the app on it very much. So, I'm going to have to look into that and see what is available on that. I'll have to read that directions. How about that? Okay. All right. I don't have much of a layout to run one, though. Okay. Well, from what I've seen, you're doing pretty good so far. Okay. He said, mine wouldn't even make 5 minutes. Well, if you go around in a circle 20 times... you'll get a longer video. There you go. That's what I'd have to do. I got 2 loops on mine, but unfortunately on one I have to switch because there are reversing loops on either end, so it's one way. Okay, and I got one automatic, but the other side I have to do automatic. I'll have to probably do that in Arduino. Okay, Eugene sent a super sticker. I can't put that up on the screen, but you can see it over there. Which side is it on? Whatever side that is on. All right, thank you very much, Eugene. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I seen something here. Directions. What are the directions used for? That is when you're using it for over a year, and then you finally figure out that, hey, somebody says, hey, you could do that, and said, really? So then you have to look at the directions and say, oh, why didn't I do that earlier? Okay. Directions are merely suggestions. There you go. Okay, Steeler fan says, I'll email video of my GoPro mounted on a boxcar tour of my layout. Good deal. If it's too big, let me know and I'll send you a link to my Dropbox so you can put it in there. So, Miles Junction is in the house. Yeah. Okay, how you doing, Miles Junction? Glad you can make it. All right. So, let's get back to business. And Alex Kaliznikov. Hello, everybody. DCC Trains. How you doing, Alex? Glad you can make it. Good deal. Okay, what I was going to talk about was... Oh, my goodness, I got way behind. What time is it? It is 8:50, and I'm not even halfway down the list yet. We were talking about questions and answers and rants and all that good stuff. But... the train show's in Florida. Now, I don't know what's going on with this COVID-19 things. Hopefully, hey, I'm part Russian too, so I know how to pronounce it. Right here. Alexander is an easy name to pronounce. But anyway, there's train shows. Now, Chesco, I know you had the thing on there and about the one in the Villages for July, but you said that one was canceled and it was August. You know what date they are in August. So I could at least try next time to go if I'm not up north. But that is another subject that we'll get into in a minute here. But let me get this up here. Okay, now this is 4. Okay, Orlando. Saturday, September 26th. Open to the public, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lake Nona Middle School, 13,700 Norcross Road, Orlando, Florida, 32832, I think is what it says. Okay, so... For information, call Mike Mills at 612-382-0325 or email him what it says on the bottom there, and I'm not going to try to repeat it. So let me see where the other one is here. And the other one is in Ocala, November 7th, 2020, First Christian Church, sponsored by the Lions Club. And they had one back in June, I think it was. Chasco was there, and also... Rick Harden was there also he lives in the Villages. So those are the two in Florida. Okay, so let me see. I got to get this thing minimized over here so I can get my chat back up in there. Okay. Okay. You are correct with the last name. I know my somewhere in my background there's Russian. Kvichak is somewhere over there. I don't know exactly where that is from. That's not my real last name. My dad's real last name was Schultes, but he was adopted by Kvichaks. Or if you're in Alaska, it's Kwijak. But yeah. I know all those Polish and Slovak names by heart because that's where I grew up in around Pittsburgh. Okay. Florida is setting records these days. Yes, they are. Now, I don't know how they test 140,000 people a day. Now, that's what the figures are that they said they're testing. Like I said the last time, I found a test site for the first time 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago up in Fort Myers. And nobody was there. And I heard about another test site is at Stars Complex. And we drove by there a couple days ago. There was nobody there. So where are all these people getting tested at? And we was just at CVS. Debbie had to get some more meds, and they finally do testing there, but you have to go, and it's probably not the one that you stick all the way up in your nose, because it's probably a self-test, because it says you have to make an appointment and go to the drive-through, because you don't go inside for it, or so you probably have to pick it up at the drive-through. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to get tested. But anyway, I don't know how they are getting so many tests, but they don't. But everything else is on downward trends, like the hospitalizations and the deaths. So they just keep on going down, and they've been going down for the last month. So where all these figures are coming from, I don't know. But okay, so those train shows are up there, but I don't know what's going to go on, because Ron DeSantis, the governor here, he wants to keep things open. He announced the other day that he wanted the schools to open on time, and he was supposed to have a press conference in Miami today at 5 o'clock, and I didn't see what that was. But yeah, some things don't add up. Where did I see that? John 26:18. That is for sure. I mean, the local news, I don't watch it on TV, but I see their tweets all the time, and they're blowing it all out of proportion, and everybody's complaining to them about it. But they never show the deaths. But if you go in and look at the daily counts of everything else, they never post how many tests. You have to go and search that. And they never show how many negative tests. They just show the positive tests. But there's probably 30 times as many negative tests as there are positive tests. But anyway, and I see everybody is complaining that, they're double checking the tests and everything. Okay, right, here we go. Okay, Alex, Tom's Trains and Things, good to see you, Tom, and all my subscribers. I'm going to installation. Okay, good deal. Okay, not in Arkansas, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was reading. They were combining the antibody test in with the regular tests, which makes it out of proportion. And everybody, okay. If you look at the national numbers, they are decreasing because the New York numbers were so high. But if you look at the state numbers, New York is dropping and most other states up. Well, how many tests are they doing in New York State right now? They probably tested them all way back when, but the other states are testing them now. So even though the numbers are going up because the amount of tests are going up, the death rate and the hospitalizations are on the downward trend. And we've been open here in Florida since May the 4th. Yeah, hospitals are not full. Here in Florida, Southwest Florida, hospitals have never been full. When I went in for my surgery, they said they had 2 COVID-19 patients there in the hospital. Okay, Jennifer Millward, how you doing? And this is Scotty. How you doing, Scotty? Glad you could make it. All right, thanks for stopping by. All right. Okay. One of the hospitals in Central Arkansas is full unless they did some discharging today. Yeah, the one they said on the news, there's only 16 ICU beds available at this one hospital. How many ICU beds do they have? Okay, they don't tell you that. They make it sound like, ooh, there's a shortage. Okay, fright risk. Okay, how you doing? I found an LED right here by my by my mouse. I was wondering what was hitting me in the palm of my hand. Enjoying the casual rag chew. A couple of us from the DCC++ EX team signed in to support you and see you live. Good deal. Fright risk. Okay. Glad you can make it by. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Okay. The test is not inclusive of antibody testing. Arizona's testing like mad. So is Florida too. I don't know, but I don't know where they are testing. Okay, I guess that's Scotty saying there. Okay, no links, but you could talk and ask questions. Okay. Okay, one of my coworkers was around someone who tested positive. No waiting to see if she tests positive, and if she does, then all of us have to be tested. Well, my brother-in-law was in the hospital. Oh, this is probably a month and a half ago, and I guess he probably caught it while he was in the hospital, because he got home and 3 days later he was getting sick. He had flu-like symptoms, so they put him back in the hospital. He's like 84 years old, so they put him back in the hospital. He tested positive. They tested my sister. She tested positive, but she didn't have any symptoms. And about a week later, they were fine. No problems at all. So, yeah, I was going to say something about that dictator over there, that Newsom, huh? Our dictator has, here in California, has shut the state down again. Yeah, I was reading about that. They shut the whole state down. What is wrong with that guy? Okay, it is frustrating because we did our part in New York, but it's going to come back because there is no federal plan to stop the pandemic. It's very frustrating. I wouldn't worry about it, Heath. I mean, it's all hype right now. I mean, everybody that was up in New York in the early months, they came down to Florida because that's all you seen down here was New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania plates, like always, when they told them to stay home. But now the New York governor doesn't want anybody from the South to go up there. But I don't know. Okay. Wilmer! My goodness, how you doing, Wilmer? Glad you can make it. We're just chatting here about COVID. Okay. My grandpa gave me his old Santa Fe Flyer from Lionel from 1989. Okay, good. That's a good way to get started in model railroading, Scotty. All right, good deal. All right. James Galton says, I just stay at home. And we just go out and eat all the time because we don't like to cook. Okay, so. Well, yeah, we have 3 people in my family, including myself, that are high risk. I hope everyone is doing their part and minimizing the risk. I'm high risk. Debbie's high risk. My sister was high risk. Her husband was high risk. I mean, just about everybody in my family is high risk. You know, they got positive tests because the testing, they got more tests. If you got 10 tests and one person tests as positive, that don't sound bad. If you got 100 and 10 people test positive, that still don't sound bad. But then you get up to 1,000 and then 10,000 tests and the numbers get higher, it starts to sound bad. But the proportion is still the same. You still have a lot more negative tests than you do positive. And the other thing that the news never tells you, and I don't know why they don't tell you, but all the other figures are going down. That's what you have to look at. The hospitalizations and the death rate is going down. There is definitely someone trying to start another civil war. You got that right. I agree with you 100%. Monroeville tickets yet? Okay. That was next on the agenda. Holy cow. Thank you, Wilmer. And, okay, did I must have got rid of that. I don't see it up here. Okay, let me go. Because I was going to talk about the Monroeville train show next. So let me put this, see if I can find that website. The advance sales for tickets, Monroeville. Last I checked last week, the advance tickets were not available. So I don't know if they're doing advanced tickets right now. Let me check this. Okay, purchase discount tickets here. What does it say? Okay. There you go. You could buy tickets. All right. For Saturday, July 25th and Sunday, July 26th. All right. There. That answers your question right there. So the tickets are available and the train show is still on. So unfortunately, Debbie and I aren't going to make it up to that one. We found out that my daughter, where we was going to stay and have her watch Sadie while we're out gallivanting around through everywhere, she's going to be on vacation. So up until August the 8th. So that's not going to work for us. So if we went up there, we could stay at her house, but then there would be nobody to watch Sadie, and we don't like to leave her alone. And Debbie doesn't like to board her anyway because she's our baby. So this is the whole thing right there. Liberals control the media. There you go. Amen. Okay. Media is blowing it all out of proportions. Yes, they are. So now, okay, now you watch. President Trump went to Walter Reed and everybody there was wearing a mask. Now you watch. If he does it again someplace else and wears a mask, you're going to see how fast they're going to say masks are no good. Mark my word. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay. If you shut the media off, all would be well. Ever watch that movie Wag the Dog? I don't think I watched that movie, but I'll have to look it up. Sparky's still working his butt off. We let over 600 people go in March. Everyone is back working now, and I am still working 6 days a week. Oh, my goodness. My Christmas tradition is to go with my mom and dad and Sissy to many train shows where we live. I do the same thing down here. In December and January, there's a lot of, well, actually November, December, and January, and even up to February, there's a lot of train shows here in Florida. I like to hit them all. Unfortunately, sometimes I go up to Maryland in December for Christmas, and the one up in Timonium is usually October or November, so I always miss that one up there. I'm going to have to go up there earlier this time. Okay, that is a good question. Well, the virus is airborne. If it lands on your head and you touch your head and then eat a sandwich, how is the mask effective then? That is a good question. But how long does the virus last on your head? But first they said it lasted a long time, and then they said, a couple of months ago, they said that, you can't get it by touching a surface. So if you can't get it by touching a surface, if it goes on a mask, okay, the people that are wearing a mask, they don't have to worry about it unless they touch it here, and then they adjust their mask and go, and lick their fingers and stuff like that. There you go. That all ends on November 4th after election is over. But if Trump wins, it's going to go for another 4 years. It's going to go for another 4 years, I bet. But yeah, that's right. It's all about the election. Yep. Okay, I finally finished my track layout for the rails. How do I add more to make it look more real? I'll get to that in a minute. Let me put that one in the queue. Okay. And we'll answer that in a little bit, but I want to get back to this over here. Get back on schedule because we're already an hour and 10 minutes in. And the next one is East Broad Top. And the train ride tickets are already sold out. They were sold out probably a week after they went up on the market. And for both days, the 14th and 15th, I don't know if they had anything scheduled for the 13th, because I never seen anything on there about train rides on the 13th, but they was just the 14th and the 15th. Now, I'm pretty sure you could still go there. They're probably limiting how many people are at the railroad itself. I know they're limiting how many people are on the train rides, but they're probably limiting the amount of people that enter into the railroad itself. So I'm going to have to call and find out what's going on with that. But that is August the 14th and 15th in central Pennsylvania, East Broad Top Railroad. Let me put a couple of these in the queue so I could talk about them in a little bit. Okay, we'll answer. Amen on November 4th. There you go. It's all about the election. Okay, and the next one is Starsburg. Now that hopefully is the last week in August. It's still up in the air as far as Pennsylvania goes, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are in Pennsylvania right now, but they may change by the time this comes along next month. So we'll just have to keep an eye out. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There is the Starsburg stuff, the EBT, and the Monroeville stuff. Okay, so I got that out of the way. Now, okay, I'm not much into politics, but seems like every presidential year, crap hits the fan and no one knows who to believe. That is the truth. But I would not believe anything that you hear on the news. Not one thing. Do your research. Check into the original documents. Let's go back to trains. Okay. There we go. Well, that has something to do with the trains because we don't know if these things are going to get canceled or not. Okay, so Okay. Sparky says, yes, last Saturday in August for Starsburg. Okay. Matthew McQuinn, how you doing? I didn't see you pop in earlier. Yes, trains. Okay. I bought so much from Amazon since Prime hit. I'm a Gold plus member. They are asking me if I have extra stock to sell back to them. There you go. I was that way until all that stuff hit. Okay. Jennifer says she's in Pennsylvania. Put out a mask rule everywhere you go. That's how it is. You know, they said the same thing in Maryland. My daughter lives in Maryland. She lives in Annapolis. She's into sports. All my granddaughters are into sports. They're playing tournaments. They're playing lacrosse and field hockey everywhere with crowds in the fields and everything. That's okay. You don't have to wear a mask, but everywhere else you have to wear a mask. So go figure. Yes, trains. Okay, so the next thing, not trains, but Arduino. How about that? Okay. Okay, I had some in the queue. Matthew McQuinn said, I finally finished my track layout for the rails. How do I add nature to make it look more real? Okay, do you have any terrain up yet? If not, that's where you would start. You'd start with some kind of form to make terrain. You put your buildings in there, use plaster of Paris, or you could use foam, or on top of the foam you could use put plaster of Paris on top of the foam, or anything on top of the foam. If you want the rocks exposed, you don't put anything on top of it, just paint it. As far as anything else, use ground foam. You can get it through Woodland Scenics, and a couple of other manufacturers have it. There's one in Pennsylvania that manufactures this stuff, and there's actually a couple of them that manufacture the scenery stuff. Bachman manufactures the scenery stuff. You could use all of that stuff. What I do is I use diluted white glue, spray it down everywhere that I want to put the foam on, and then sprinkle the foam on it, put a little bit more white glue on it, sprinkle a little bit more foam on it, and then what I do is put a little bit of alcohol on top of that and let it all sink in. It spreads out all the glue and stuff like that. But if you have any more questions, bring them up. But that's the beginning of it. Okay. Scott says, we got a lot of Canadians coming down I-79 to the Drive City outlets to shop by the busloads. Who knows if they will come down? Who knows? Okay. Okay, Jen has a question. Who knows about open houses at model clubs this summer with our dumb governor who shut down everything? I would suggest to see if you could contact the clubs themselves. Usually they'll have a website and they'll have contact information on the website. Just ask them and see what their story is. Most of them usually have open houses for non-members on a certain night every week. Probably you just have to wear a mask, and they limit the amount of extra people coming in there. But probably the best thing to do is just call them and ask. Okay, so that is about that. Okay. Did I miss something? Has anybody, James Galton says, has anybody installed decoders in Kato HO Locomotives GP9? I don't have any GP9s. I don't have any Kato locomotives. I got a GP9, but it already has a decoder in it. I got GP7s and GP9s. But has anybody done that? Okay. Okay, so Arduino JMRI CMRI, I experimented with that a couple of years ago. Worked well, just like everything else. Got busy with other projects. It's still sitting here by the computer. Mine is sitting right here, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, I did a video last week on operating your Arduino LEDs with JMRI using CMRI. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. James, our club meets at a bridge and watch trains. There you go. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Glad to see you can make it. We're running late, so we're still here. Okay. We're just ranting about everything, all the COVID crap. Every Tuesday night. It's a bridge in Cape Town. Okay. What is CMRI? The J in Java, so what is C in C? No, it's not C sharp. It is Chubb, Model Railroad Interface. And let me see if I got an old picture of it here somewhere. Way back in the day, that is Bruce Chubb there on his Computer Model Railroad Interface. Now, that has been going on for many, many years, and that was put in a part of JMRI. So, and there is boards that you could buy. Let me see, do I have that up in? I think I showed it one time before. I don't have it up here. Let me see if I could bring it up here. Oops, wrong CR. I got the wrong CRMI. Okay, is it CMRI? Oh, I put it in there wrong. That's why I couldn't get it up there. I'm getting all kind of Catholic stuff on there. I think I did that. That's what I did before. I'm going to put it on railroad. There we go. Now we got a commuter JLC Enterprises. Let me put this up here. Now they have boards that you could use for automation. It's really complicated, but you could also use that with Arduino. Okay? So, his controls are looking like the 50s, 707. That's when he first, I think he first wrote it. Okay? So, yeah, so CMRI. Yeah, CMRI came before JMRI. So yeah, that's real old. It was back in the 50s. I'm not sure if it was 50s, maybe it's 60s, but Tar Heels, how you doing? Yeah, everybody's ranting today. John, wave when you pass the city, or do that when you go by. There you go. DCC or DCC plus sound. Okay. All right. I don't know what that question was about. But last week I did a video. And where do I have it? I put it on one of these buttons here. And I'm going to put this up here. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about the video that I did. And there you have all 8 of your LEDs on there. Let's bring up the other screen and see what happens. All right, so now we have all 8 of them over here. So we're going to go boom, on, 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 on. Yeah, see, all 8 of them are on, so we'll turn them all off again. And there you have it. That's all there is to it. There is an unlimited amount of possibilities with Arduino and JMRI. This is just the beginning. All right, so that's just a little bit of the video that I did last week, but you get an idea of what it looks like, and here is an extension of what that is. That's what I'm working on now, and I'm going to have another video out. Well, let me keep that right there because I got to line that up with this over here. Let me put this other view up here where you can see both the stuff. Now, see, we got Panel Pro up there, and I got all my turnouts. Now, I just turned it on, so I'm going to have to get these so they show closed. Initiate them. I want this one to be thrown. I want that one to be closed. I want this one to be thrown. And this one can stay thrown. So you can see that I have 4 of my turnouts. These ones right here. That one, that one, that one, and that one. 4 on my LED lights right here. Now you can put these on your panel, and also if you know, with Panel Pro you can make up your own panel, and like Rick Bailey did on his, he's got a he's got a touch screen, so he can operate his turnouts, you know, just by tapping on his screen. I will be making a panel for this, but here I'll go from thrown to closed, and you can see it changes from green to red, green to red. Now the next one down here, it's green to red, green to red. When I switch them, that one there, and this one here. Okay, that's my video that I'm working on right now. I'm halfway through it. I just got to finish it all up, but this is what it looks like right here. I'm not going to go through the process. Oh, okay. I'm not going to go through the process of putting it up on a panel or anything. I'm just doing this experimentally right now. So it's just going to be on a breadboard just to figure it out. I'm going to make a panel in Panel Pro, and everything's set up on that with all my turnouts on there, and I'll be able to show you how to do that and all that good stuff on there also. So that's what we're working on, and that was the last thing on my list, I think. Yeah, that's video transfer for the next video. Okay, that's it. So let's crank this music up just a little bit so you could hear it. And we're already an hour and a half into this. And why are you naked? I'll throw you out with my cat. Okay, so. Okay, Dex is leaving. See you later. Good. Dex, okay. All right. Okay. It's a lot of farmland by my parents must have been near New Brunswick. Okay. I hit the wrong one. Here we go. That one. Small world. Maybe see you at the show when things open up. Do you use DCC++? No, right. Okay, what happened here? Okay. I click on the thing and everything moves down. I get lost in New Jersey a lot. I find it very confusing. You and me both. New Jersey is confusing. I don't know what's up with that place, but I always get lost in New Jersey, even with GPS. Okay. I need some Doritos to calm down my ranting. There you go. Have you ever camped in Cheesequake State Park, New Jersey? I haven't. HOA, out with it, along with my cat. Okay, Joe Rader, go on, see you later. Fred E. Model Railroad, how you doing? Okay, we're going to wrap this thing up. I said what I had to say. I had my little rant about HOAs, and I had my little rant about COVID. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you have any train shows in your area, put it up in here so anybody else can see it. If you have any anything else, club things on there. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to say. Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling, since they haven't had any open houses in a long time, they're having virtual open houses. And let me get rid of this over here so I could, let me pull it up on this one here. That way it'll be easier and I could pull up the website here. That was one of the things that I forgot to put on my list. Okay. Suncoast Center for... Okay, Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. Usually they have an open house every third Saturday between the months of September and May. But because of the COVID stuff, they have been having virtual open houses. And here we go right here, Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. I'll put the link up in the chat. But if you would like to get in on the virtual open house, they have lessons and they show you around the place. But join us Saturday, 7/18 at 10 a.m. for our virtual open house. Okay, we also have 2 clinics. In-depth video sessions showing the process we use to weather freight cars and locomotives. Lots of takeaways from this one. An overview of John Addison's new hand-painted backdrop project for the Silverton Central Model Railroad layout. He's got John Addison is a really good modeler. He has a SN3 layout up there. Okay, did I have that up there? Okay, all right. Just double checking. Okay, so let me put the link in the chat if you would like to go or attend the virtual open house. There it is right there, the link to Fine Scale Model Railroading Org. Okay, so that's all I got. Everybody say goodnight to everybody. Okay, Matthew. All right. Hey, Tom, can you do a video about reviewing people's layouts? You let people leave a link in your next video. I have links shut off in my videos. People send links, crappy links, and their emails and stuff like that, and it ends up going to spam because that's the way I have it set. In fact, I got a spam that was a year old, and it finally showed up. Can you imagine that from YouTube? They held on to it for a year before they put it in likely spam. But go to my email, tomstrainsandthings@gmail.com, and put a link to your video in there, and I'll do something with that. Anybody could do that if you want to. If you want me to take a look at your model railroad and do a review on it and feature it here on a live stream, send me a link in the email, tomstrainsandthings@gmail.com, and if there's a special particular portion of the video, put the timestamp of that in your video, and I'll be able to take a look at it there. If you got a 30-minute video, it's going to take a long time to watch that video. But oh, is Sparky still here? This was at the end of the thing. Here we go. Now, if I was on last week, I would have played this song right here, 1412 Overture. Because I was watching when they had the fireworks in D.C. and they had this playing. Spam and Twinkies. There you go. We got Spam and we got Chef Boyardee. And what else do we got? We got, what is it? I think we got one can with, I mean, it's really salty, but it's corned beef hash. This is my favorite. There we go. Sparky, yeah, you're still in here. All right. Let's crank this up for Sparky. Hello, Joe Blankenship. Let's cut that down a little bit. Hello, Joe Blankenship. Yes. You could find it in the library. You could find it in the library. The only reason this is on here is because of Sparky. right there. Okay, there's our 1812 overture. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Thank you, Sparky, for bringing that up one time. It's in the end of my song, so it came up that time. So I'm going to call it a night. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I want to thank every one of you for stopping by. See that played on the 4th with the Pops in Boston at the Esplanade in Life Changing. They used howitzers when I saw it in John Williams conducting. Play Star Wars music too. There you go. Yeah, I used to watch... okay. I used to watch that on PBS when they had that, but I don't have TV anymore, so I only get to watch it on YouTube. My train of thought just exploded. Yeah, there we go. We need a little sign like that. Okay, so good night, everybody. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Let me see where. I want to thank you all for the super chats and super stickers, and I'll see you again next. This is the right one. I want to end it at the end of a song. Okay, let me find a good song on here to end up with. What's the name of this one here? This one's called Vesper. Okay. Okay, let's end this on Ride This Train. Okay.
Past the point of no return, baby, on the summer night.
Bolero. Okay. Let me write that down. I'll see if that's on the YouTube thing.
Stars align and the month I'm night burn like the ground I leave. I will leave it on the next string, baby. I do believe. Come on.
Let's ride this train.
Come on. Let's ride this train.
All right.
Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5. I don't hear it in my song.
No problem,
I'm
John.
gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong.
Back on schedule, so you're going to be coming late, so I'll keep it going.
Big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe. No, I will. Come on.
I'll see if that's in the YouTube video or YouTube music library. If it's not, I won't be able to play it.
Let's ride this train.
There you go.
Nothing is this run to life. You'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years.
Okay.
All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe. So take your seat. All right.
Come on. Let's ride this train.
Yeah, come on. Let's ride this train. Oh, come on.
Let's ride this train. Oh, come on. Let's ride this train. All right, thanks for coming by. We'll see you next week. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.